Alrighty, welcome back. I think we've only got one person who still needs to come back, but we can go ahead and talk a little bit about this. We obviously don't have a ton of time, but certainly we can talk through this a bit. So I'm just going to be logical and have group one talk about the first question. So let me go ahead and share screen. Alrighty.
Well, we said we were intrigued the entire time. It really held our attention, and we thought it was cool that they analyzed all the micro expressions out of every character. But we would say that it's probably like science fiction because as much as we wanted it to be kind of real, it's probably not like that.
Yeah. I don't think it's certainly as dramatic as this, right? I think a lot of his time is probably spent collecting data and writing reports about that data, right? But this is certainly, a cool way to fantasize about what your life could be like as a practicing psychologist, right? Alrighty. Group two, after reading Dr. Ekman's blog post, what do you think of the science behind Lie to Me? Does it seem like the show actually gets it right?
Yeah, we saw a lot of things with facial expressions being universal, looking away while trying to remember something, different like eye and eyebrow movements, expressions through emotions, just like you can obviously see when somebody is remorseful or when they're kind of like startled, like when the principal recognized the car. Head shaking. We were talking about this it was either this class or criminal investigations where they were talking about like you can shake your head up and down while you're saying no. And naturals versus wizards, like people that know things and then people that, are still kind of learning.
On a later episode of the show, or no, maybe it's just something I saw after I started watching the show, but there's a great clip of, I forget if it's A-Rod or Jeter, I think it's Jeter, when they were asking him about whether he used steroids. He goes, no, I never used steroids, right? The gestural slip. Yeah, so it's certainly some truth to that. All right, group three. How do you think detection of micro expressions might compare to polygraph machines or other conventional methods of lie detection?
So we like the part of the show that they say like the polygraph machine can only detect when someone like it's lying or guilty, not why of the reason the person is feeling guilty. But we say that it's up to detectives and other professionals to determine what the person is, like what's the reason that they feel guilty about. So microexpression, we say that it's more accurate, but it will take more effort for the professional to like catch them.
Yeah, you need a lot more training in this, right? So, there's not a ton of people in the world who have training in this. If anyone wants to see, I'll try to find it while group four is talking. If anyone wants to see a really interesting YouTuber, I think he goes by The Mentalist, but I'll find his channel and share it with you. But there's a YouTuber who's trained in this, who watches like celebrity apology videos and analyzes them. And that's really interesting. Alrighty, group four. What might be some of the dangers of using interpretation of microexpressions in detecting deception?
We said that some of them would be that they'll never be 100% accurate, and then that some individuals may have like medical conditions that might impact their facial expressions, just like if they've had a stroke in previous life where they're like have their faces paralyzed or something like that. Yeah.
Here we go. Observe is his channel. I'll put the link in the thing. Yeah, I think that's a really good.
Hey there, idiots.
If you like tried to pretend you were well trained in this, right, and you really weren't, kind of like the assistant ADA, the ADA is saying in there, right, like seems like a bunch of hogwash, right? So there's the YouTube channel if anyone's interesting. He just calls himself a body language analyst. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that we would have to be really careful. There's a later episode where Lightman tries to analyze the psychopath and he can't do it, right? Because psychopaths don't give this type of stuff away. And I really like your point about medical conditions, right? If you've had a stroke or, even if you've had Botox, it could actually make it difficult to detect deception on your face. So great job today, y'all. Hopefully this was fun and a nice way to look at some of these things. So I promise I will get your questions, feedback today, this weekend. It's just been a lot, y'all. So again, thank you for your patience and your sympathy and empathy with me as I really coped through our loss. And so I'm planning to get myself back on track this weekend. It didn't help that I had a conference. I was going to say convention. That's not really convention when you're doing it virtually, but this past weekend. So alrighty, I'll stick around for a couple minutes in case anyone has questions. Enjoy the weather, please. Go enjoy it while you can. And just stay safe and well this weekend. See you all Tuesday, if not before.
Bye.
Uh,